back in ancient times, there was a bunch of pagans that worshiped the sun, because that's what pagans do, right? They worship the sun. There were also other gods or goddesses that they would worship, right? There was the god of agriculture, or the god of the sea, the moon goddess, and things like that. I learned something really interesting. Back in ancient Babylon, I don't know if I told you guys this before, but back in ancient Babylon, those ancient Babylonians, what they would do is they would take their firstborn children, they would go on top of a hill, and on top of that hill there would be an altar, right? What they would do is they would sacrifice their firstborn children on top of that altar, and then the blood would go into a pipe and would go downhill. It would go into like a tub of blood, right? And so what they would do is they would take eggs, like goose eggs or whatever type of eggs. They would dip those eggs into the pool of blood. They leave it out for the sun to dry it. And then when it's dried, when the eggs are dried, they would take it and paint it with gold, decorations and things like this. And they would offer this eggs to the fertility goddess named Ishtar. That's where we get the word Easter from. Hence, Easter bunnies and Easter eggs, because it's honoring the fertility goddess. Fertility, bunnies, and Easter eggs. So I think Easter, there's nothing wrong with celebrating the resurrection of Christ. There's nothing wrong with that. But if we put pagan and satanic themes into that, then it becomes something that, that's wrong. And a lot of people don't know about this because Satan deceives the world, right? A lot of people don't know that they're actually honoring the goddess of fertility when they do these Easter egg hunts and the Easter bunny, whatever you do with the Easter bunny, because it's a fertility symbol. Bunnies and eggs, fertility symbol. That's why you honor the fertility goddess when you do this. Again, there's nothing wrong with celebrating the resurrection of Christ. Let's just not put pagan themes into it. There's actually God has a way in order for us to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Not just the resurrection, but the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Let's read it. It's in Romans 6. Romans 6 verses 3 and 4. Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Jesus Christ were baptized into his death? Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was resurrected or raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life. So we honor and celebrate the resurrection, or the death, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ by getting baptized. That's how we honor the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's how we celebrate as Christians the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, is by getting baptized. Not a day, where we do Easter egg hunts and bunnies and things like that, and bunny costumes and painting the Easter eggs, because that's pagan in its very roots. So that's I'm just explaining to you guys. I mean, to be honest with you, I think we should just get rid of the day, and instead of celebrating that day, let's just get baptized. How about that? I think that's better, right? I think it's better for us to get baptized as to honor the resurrection, the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ, than to just spend the day doing pagan activities, right? So why don't you just get baptized? You want to honor him. But anyway, there's nothing wrong. I mean, if you guys want to, celebrate Jesus' resurrection on this day, I'm not forcing you to. I'm not condemning you. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to hell for doing this. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm saying. But the Easter eggs and Easter bunnies thing has paganism in its roots. That's all I'm saying. And that we should get baptized instead. But hey, suit yourself. I mean, it's in the Bible. We should go by a thus saith the Lord lifestyle, right? A biblical lifestyle and not a paganistic worldview, right? So that's all I got to say about Easter. A lot of you guys have been asking me about Easter, so I don't really celebrate it. I mean, yes, the Passover, we do celebrate Passover, and not in a way that you guys think. I'll get into that in another video. But we do as Seventh-day Adventists celebrate it, and we do honor Christ, just as we honor Christ every day. But Easter, even the name Easter is, there is derived from Ishtar, which is the pagan goddess of fertility. So I don't celebrate it. That's all I got for you today. See you guys later. Praise God always. Peace out. Have a good rest of the week.